Vajanzo Camangus. Vajanzo Camangus. What are we doing? Why are there mics in our faces? I want this beer.
Is it clear to me?
I want this beer. Yo, why is our nonsense not showed up yet?
Are you live?
There it is. Share the fucking YouTube video so people can watch our faces.
Okay, kids,
Let's
go.
Venture forth, everybody.
There has been an awakening.
I'm excited for this beverage.
Have you felt it?
I hope it tastes as good as it looks.
Instead of saying watch, I'm saying observe.
Speculate.
What the?
Have we here?
Review, please.
You guys are so funny.
Hello.
Obtain the info within.
Yeah, it ain't C3 penis face and R2 dickhead.
Hello there.
Looking? Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy Rogue Squadron podcast. Thank you. Are you snoring? Did you fall asleep already?
I think so, I did.
Wow. Good day, Galaxy.
You have an eyelash that's longer than your hairs.
Did I get it?
Well done.
See, at least you said something. This Glass Armor does this instead. If there's something poking down, she goes, and it just starts picking at my fucking head. It's like, why is there eyes in my eyeball or have
She's
fingers in my
completely
eyeball?
calm, and then she just like.
Oh yeah, and it's just like there's getting poked in the face and shit. Like, just tell me and then go for it. But she just, it's all hands. And then 30 seconds afterwards, hey, you had something. It's like, yeah, I kind of figured that out after you jammed your fingernail into my pupils.
It's all hands.
It's all hands. Good day, Galaxy.
All hands on deck, everybody.
Rogue Squadron podcast. I am Mopar.
I'm Commander
Commander
Cody.
Commandus.
CC2224.
This is episode 197.
6.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said it right before. Yeah, 196. We're going to get into some quick goodies. Not a lot of stuff, so it's going to be kind of a random episodus.
You know the one thing I hate about wearing glasses?
Wearing them.
I actually don't mind wearing them. There's shit on them all the time.
So wearing them, having them.
Maybe.
See, if that would actually help me with the hands. They would at least block.
Yeah, I have one wall of defense.
I got a
in
single.
case anybody tries to go for my eyeballs. No, it's just like I feel like they're always dirty, especially when there's a light shining on me. It makes it more apparent.
Yeah.
So I can't see anything. But yeah, we're here. We have beer. The weather is clear.
I'm actually the same way with sunglasses. I don't like wearing sunglasses.
Well, because you're not used to it.
True.
I've been wearing glasses and contacts since like 6th grade, but glasses only since college.
Is there
I ditched contacts. I was like, fuck that.
Is there a sizing chart? I always get they're like tight on my head. I got a big wide head. So I was just like, I want something that when I put it on, it slips right on instead of stretching it out.
Well, if you get real glasses, like prescriptions, you did that last time at the same spot.
It's the usuals.
It's fine though. If you get prescription stuff,
No loose wire jokes.
once they put the lenses in, they'll adjust it a little bit to make sure it fits comfortably.
I just want like a little screw in the middle that I can like stretch them out.
That doesn't exist.
Not yet. No one's
Not
done
until
it yet.
you invent them and make millions.
Zit,
Do
done.
it.
And I want it to be controlled by an app because that's just cool.
2019.
It's all done.
I would like to drink this.
All right. Yeah, before it was kind of warm today. Very humid.
Yeah.
Downpoured on the way here.
So I was walking down the aisle. I saw this 3 different cans from this one brewery, and their art caught my eye. It's very cool. It's like a bear that's half fossilized or whatever, or you're seeing its innards.
It's half dead. It's like an X-ray.
So it could be still alive if you're x-raying it, though.
Exactly. You said fossilized.
But it looks more like a fossil.
It's just you're seeing the skeleton. But
Whatever.
it looks like just a Kodiak or a Grizzly.
Grizzles. So it looked cool, and they had 2 IPAs and a brown ale, and I was like, we always have IPAs, so I grabbed the brown ale. I bought it. I picked it up. I put it in my cart.
Ooh,
I paid for it.
Got a little flavor taste there.
And I brought it here.
Ooh, I'm excited.
And I'm ready to drink it. Grab the drinking bell.
Oh, yep.
We can't use the church key. unfortunately, because we got cans.
We got cans. Unveiled Brewing Company. It's brown ale. Obviously, yeah. So we got a brown bear. For the brown ale.
I didn't mean to bump you.
I thought you were
I
getting
was
my
just
attention.
like adjusting my arm.
It's not a brown ale.
Hurry up, we're on a podcast. Better talk.
Oh, cheers. We got Travis Dunn. I don't think we've ever had an episode without Travis Dunn. He's a true
Yeah, he's a patriot.
superium
Yeah. What do you call a patriot of us?
idiot.
Yeah,
Crystal clear.
that's accurate. And Richard's joining us too. Thank you, Richard, man.
Yep. Cheers to this.
Cheers.
See how this unveiled is.
Oh yeah. Very nice.
It is pretty good. It's not wowing me. There's
You fucking almost flipped the table and grabbed the drinking bell so quick. I thought you were excited.
Oh no, it's really bad. No, this is I don't know. It's good. It's good drinking. It's not overly. I usually don't like the brown ales. Like I guess it doesn't do anything for me. Not that I dislike the taste or anything, but yeah, I'd say above average brown ale for me.
Yeah, it's nothing insane. I kind of relate things to Land Grant now since that's what I have most of. And their Franklinton Pub Ale and their Son of a Mutter Brown Ale are very similar to this. I think we've reviewed the Son of a Mutter before. But yeah, I mean, it's tasty. The art's better than the taste.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm letting it sit a little bit. There's a kind of like a little burnt or caramely or coffee taste that lingers in your throat after. It almost tastes like I just had a little thing of coffee.
Which you've been having more of lately, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Thank God. I don't trust people that don't like coffee.
I don't.
I don't trust people that don't like dogs either.
I don't really like coffee. But it's more drinkable when it's cold.
Get a nitro cold brew, man. Live life.
I'm going to have to
delicious.
start making my own. That's something I got to build the whole equestrian cart equipment.
Equestrian cart, you said?
Got to build it. I got to buy a filter thing. It's almost like you make it like tea.
Yeah, I know you asked me because I do love coffee. You're
just-
asking me about cold brew, and I was like, I've actually never made cold brew at home, so I don't know.
Cut up the beans or chop them or
Cut
whatever.
up the beans one at a time.
One at a time. So there's like an electric one, or you can do it by hand. I guess there's like a cone grinder that's more makes it into a kind of a powder ish.
I have the by hand one.
And then you just let it sit, almost like a built-in tea bag into a pitcher.
Yeah.
You just let it sit for overnight. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I don't know what kind of beans I want.
Get some from a local spot. Go to Mission or go to One Line Coffee and get some beans.
We're just gonna get it from Kroger.
Don't do that.
But they probably have local stuff. We have a little Kroger marketplace
They might.
that has local stuff. We'll see what happens. The whole point is I'm trying to stop with the energy drinks. I know they're slowly killing my innards, so might as well try something else.
The innards.
Well, it's my go-to. If I didn't like coffee, I was like, well, I need something else.
I feel you.
So, but those things are getting bad.
Try the nitro cold brew with a little bit of cream. I think you'd like it.
I don't add anything. I'm just gonna do it black. I don't want to have to slowly get rid of cream 20 years from now when that shit's starting to kill me. I'll just do the black's fine. The black's fine.
All right. Well, yeah, that's fine. Good.
I don't know what nitro does. Is
Well,
that
same thing as a nitro draft instead of a regular CO2 draft. Makes it all velvety and not carbonated.
We'll see what happens here.
So just run through Starbucks and get one. See what happens.
Green tea is terrible.
It's not terrible.
Out of all of them, I would rather have hot coffee.
I don't mind
I've
tea, but
tried-
I don't love tea. I don't like crave it.
I've never craved tea in my entire
never.
life.
I crave coffee twice a day, every day.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, I'm gonna think about the rating for a second.
Yeah, you want to get into guess the force scene?
Fucking do. I really
Do you have an
fucking
idea
do.
already?
No.
Oh,
I'm just excited to play because it's good.
How about
8:13.
okay?
So
It just changed to 14 though.
14 minutes into episode 8, The Last Jedi. Based on what time it is right now, 8:14.
Steve Kirk's with us. Padilla, Prepper, got a bunch of people jumping in here.
So we got the worst Star Wars movie of all time,
Episode 8.
and we're 14 minutes into it.
You gotta think it's a whole bombing sequence.
Yeah,
and
I think it's still happening.
Is it the smoke shows on screen? Is Kerner gonna be happy?
Kerner's always happy.
No, that's not true. Not when he gets iced.
He didn't even do it.
He did try.
He took like a swig of it.
Did you watch him try to chug that Zima or
It's
whatever?
like
the fuck?
30 seconds.
And nothing moved.
No, he got like an ounce out of it. Good try, Jared. Good try. I commend your effort. So we're 14 minutes into The Last Jedi. I would say, I don't know if I think Paige has died at this point.
I got him, not Jared.
Oh, I thought Jared. Well, Jared brought it for the purposes of icing. So
There you go. Because they tried to get me. I had my hand on it. And then I didn't actually grab it.
good job.
Sorry, episode 8, 14 minutes in. So we got to be during the scene.
Yeah, like I was about to. We got to be. There's something that's on the screen. I think
Probably on the
stuff's playing and there's visuals.
Might be the movie.
No, I was just about to say. I think Paige is definitely dead at this point, but I would assume the bombing scene itself overall is still going on. I'm gonna say,
You're demoted.
yeah, that's a
Or-
good one. I'm gonna say Poe sees Finn in the hallway. Right when they get back, Finn naked leaking back.
I'm going to guess Snoke force throwing Hux to the ground.
Yeah, you get to that point where the scenes are cutting back and forth. So we have, Leia reprimanding Poe, but then you also have Snoke reprimanding Hux. So it could be tricky as to which one's actually happening. So, what do you guys think is happening on the screen at that time?
That's tough.
Put your guesses in, pause the show, don't cheat. You could win a super special prize. Or respect, which means nothing.
I don't think anyone wants my respect.
It's worth nothing.
My respect smells like an old addict. It
could, Mopar's respect could make your stomach go, could make your karma go down. I don't know why I said stomach.
Karma.
Could make your karma go down. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
14 minutes in.
All right, let's see.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so we put our final guesses in already.
Snoke's face is on the ground.
There's Paige 9 and
10.
11.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, he looks like a wounded. All right, sorry.
He looks like a wounded. Ha 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 ha.
Sorry, I accidentally lost it.
12. Oh, he's on the ground already at 12 and a half. I was a minute off. I fucking hate myself. I lost again. Why do I even play this game? You got it close. Look at that.
Oh my God, I might win. Okay, I'm 20 seconds off.
So
I'm
you
within
won.
the 1 minute grace period.
Yeah. You're actually within the 1 minute grace period on both ends. So if you go 30 seconds before or 30 seconds after, that'd be the full minute. So you still got it. Good guess. Oh, but we're
Exactly 14 is Rey is walking up to Master Skywalker.
That stuff moves pretty quick, though. You think
what are we
15,
going to do?
15 minutes, the bombing runs over. He's been demoted. Poe sees Finn, and we're already on Octo.
Oh, look, it's my dad's lightsaber. Hey, fuck this shit. This movie sucks. Why am I hired?
You know, I know it's stupid, and whether you like that scene or are okay with it, it's the fact that he just throws it. Like, I wish he just threw it to the side. Because that's the comical part of it, is the fact that it's thrown directly over the shoulder. Like, obvious. I just would have loved it if he just had it and just threw it, or just dropped it to the ground and walked away. Almost like a mic drop. Just, I don't need this shit. I tried to get away from this, but it's,
watch it. Woohoo. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't hate the movie, though. By no means.
look, a bad Star Wars movie, and I'm not calling it bad, but a bad Star Wars movie is still a Star Wars movie, and there's still good content in there.
Oh, yeah.
So regardless if you liked it or not, it's a movie. There's some badass scenes, man. The Lightspeed scene, are you kidding me?
I think overwhelming consensus of like our group of friends and even a lot of the guests that we've had on is like it has some of the highest highs, but also some of the lowest lows in one movie.
There's a lot of little lows, though. Like, I know we always say Canto Bite, but I kind of, I don't agree with the guy, but I was watching, I want to get the guy's name right here. I was watching a YouTube video of...
Called factually the worst movie in history.
Along those lines. It said, The Last Jedi, a complete cinematic failure. And I know maybe a handful of you, maybe most of you agree with that, but he was making some decent points, and it's like... it bothered me too, but I'm not gonna sit here and make a fucking YouTube over it. Why I hate the stuff that I love. Why does that make sense?
The thing that people don't get is that little details that you didn't like or you had a different idea of what they were going to do doesn't make the movie bad.
Well, like the one,
it's cinematically not a bad movie.
The one was he said, "Oh, we all assumed Snoke was an all-powerful blah blah blah," and then he wasn't. But it's like
that has nothing to do with the quality of the movie.
Whoa! Let me get this right. So Episode 7 was too much like Episode 4, so that's why you dislike that one. But Episode 8 wasn't exactly like 5, and now you're mad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! New plots and different characters. I don't like this anymore. It's not my Star Wars.
Yeah, there's always going to be a bunch of bullshit. There was a lot of bullshit for Last Jedi, though. I don't know what it was about the pulse of fandom at that time, but like, people are still making videos about it. That shit erupted some nonsense, and I see it on my YouTube feed every day, and I never click on it, and it's still there, anyways.
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I mean, it's third in line. I almost feel bad saying Solo's below it. Like that might slowly, because I actively would probably watch Solo because I think Solo as a whole is better than 8, but Solo doesn't have those crazy high points of 8. Like, dude, when we see Rey and Kylo, let's just sit back and take out the rest of the entire fucking movie. The fact that Rey and Kylo are back to back defending themselves against the Praetorian guards, like just take that scene out and put it on the table. And just look at it. Dude, the fact that we're supposed to see these two mortal enemies. That's how they've been set up.
Yeah.
And they're fighting with each other. This is exactly what we wanted. Like there's some changes. They're like, why they shouldn't be doing this. This is awesome. And the fighting style is cool. And they play off each other really well.
Really cool,
and there's some really cool like action in there where she chucks the sheathed lightsaber and he grabs it, blop. I mean, it was like funny, but it's that's quick. Like if they were both on the same force page per se.
I didn't think it was funny.
Like, I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, done.
It was totally unexpected.
It was badass, but
Yeah.
I thought it was in a kind of a goofy way.
Yeah. You know what I laughed at in the theater? Burst out loud laughing that nobody else laughed at is when Leia wakes up from her coma and walks in and stuns Poe. And he flips backwards. I cracked up. I thought that was hilarious. Because the first movie starts with her getting stunned in the same way. And everybody else was quiet. I felt like a jackass laughing at it, but
you know what I mean?
I still laugh to this day.
I mean, just bringing that up, that reminds me of like in Episode 4, the first thing we see is her blasting her way out of the detention bay. Like she's just, what kind of princess is a shoot first princess?
Leia.
She's like, move out, fly boy. I don't know. That's Alabama Leia. Sorry.
Move out, fly boy. I'm coming in. Get out of here, Darth Vader.
Oh my God, Parker Mosley is that's Princess Mosley. Leia Mosley.
But it's Alabama accent from like the 50s when everybody was really newsy. Watch out, fly boy, I'm coming in.
Yeah, I'm coming flying, boy. Baby.
Watch out, buddy.
Watch out, Bubby. Yeah.
This is tasty.
You know, it's I'm gonna probably land on I'm not even gonna give it a crazy solid 2. I'm just gonna give it a standard 2. There's nothing in here that's like, there's not even a single flavor in this beer that I'm like, ooh, I like this or I like this. It's just overall, it's okay. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Drinkable, solid. Yeah.
Because, beers have gotten so complex these days. How does it start? How does it finish? Is it blended between the two? And then it's overall drinkability. This has like the drinkability, but the flavors are just it's flat, but it's fine.
All right, so we had a little shindig on Saturday in honor of Mopar's marriage with Class Armor. We had a lot of craft beer there. What would you say is your favorite from that evening? So we had the Stone Metallica beer collaboration, a couple other interesting stones. I got that Dayglow from Elysian. We had a dank version of the 420 Sweetwater.
I forgot about that.
There was a lot of good stuff there.
That dank 420 always ruins me.
That's the first time I had it.
It's so good. I had it on tap one time, and I'm like, I could smell it as they poured it. I was like, I know dank. Like some of the beers that we drink smell dank, but that's like straight strain.
Well, I was standing around in a circle like multiple times holding it, and someone's like, "You got weed?
You got that bush?"
I was like, "No, but sniff this."
Well, yeah. And in my drunkenness, I run around to all my parents, my parents' friends,
all my parents,
all of them. Well, I kind of have many parents there, but I was like, "Smell this," and they smelled it. And our buddy Al, he smelled. He's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah, and taste it too."
How are they making beer these days?
What's infused? What the hell? Science is ridiculous.
What's infusion?
So I guess to answer your question, I think that 420 strain, that Sweetwater 420, I think it's called G13 is the actual beer, but made out of Atlanta. That one always gets me. I love dank. That's right up my alley. But not a close second, but a second would be that Metallica beer. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was just like a craft Pilsner.
It's hard to rate when it's when it's supposed to be just a casual drinkable beer like a lager or a Pilsner. Because I mean, like, you've had a ton of beer that tastes like it, which doesn't make it bad, but it just doesn't stand out as much. But no, it was good. And it was Metallica on the cover. What do you want to say? What was it called? Exit Light? Enter Night? Which one?
Exit.
Which one of those?
One of them. Richard in the chat here says, gonna mention a throwback episode of you guys, late 30, 40 episode. I recently read Darth Plagueis and the Rise of Vader, and currently in the middle of Revan. Just have to say, Darth Plagueis and Sidious have way more to do with the setting of the prequels.
Setting up the prequels.
Yeah. So, yeah, honestly, the Plagueis book was basically a prequel to the prequels, and it not only bleeds into it, it overlaps, and we've talked about that, where the very last scene is in like the middle of episode 1. So that's some of the coolest stuff that there can see. That's the layers of Star Wars. Like, there's so many characters that have built up. They overlap so much that something like that can happen, where it overlaps so greatly. But we've already seen this story, I guess my point is, the storylines can overlap, but they don't directly. Like, it's the same scene.
Yeah.
But the storylines don't necessarily directly overlap until technically like episode 3, where Sidious starts talking to Anakin about Darth Plagueis the Wise. But they were all there. It was happening.
We've mentioned the ability for Star Wars to retcon things with extra material. They're one of the best at doing that. And it's been great, basically. Since forever, I haven't read some of those really bad original books like Splinter of the Mind's Eye. I've heard is pretty awful. But yeah, I mean, prequel era, and then what we're seeing a lot of now with the sequel trilogy, especially with the comic books that are about to be coming out, Age of Resistance and everything. Yeah, they just weave everything together, man. They put together a bunch of different things in the movies, and then they stitch it all together with all the expanded content. It's been good.
Yeah.
You know who's coming out that I'm really excited for?
Who's that?
Snoke. The Age of Resistance with Snoke. I've been looking forward to this since Last Jedi came out.
Sit here and think.
Since Last Jedi came out, I've been really, really looking forward to read more about Snoke.
We're like 6 months away from 9.
Wow. Let's see. August, September, October, December.
We are close.
We are just under 6 months, I think. Because
Yeah,
I believe it's December. I always fucking hit this stupid thing. Sounds like I'm dribbling a basketball into the table. Sorry, everybody.
You can't dribble.
No, I can't. Can't shoot either, according to Lord Kerner. I think it's December 20 for good old episode 9 there.
It's coming up quick. I don't think people are too busy bitching about episode 8. They've done it for a year and a half.
I hope this doesn't happen, man, again.
You know, I feel like there's going to be those people that are just going to shit on 9 just to shit on 9.
Well, that always happens.
Because they didn't like 8 so much and they don't want to take it back.
Well, I would even say that. I would just say for YouTube ad money.
Yeah. What's something that everybody has like consistently said is really,
Empire.
really good? Well, outside of Star Wars, like that has come out. Like, I guess the Marvel universe, everybody seems to be extremely happy.
I guess that one's iffy because overall, yeah. But, I mean, there's a lot of weak points along the, 11-year journey of
the Ant-Man
Avengers
movies.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I like that they did that because Ant-Man is allowed to, like, you're allowed to have that movie and the second one in the sequence of like some of the most epic movies of all time. Like that's okay. That's Ant-Man's character.
Well, and it's cool how they woved it in.
Woven did it.
Into. I mean, he's a pivotal character for the last movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all wow. That was the nastiest, gurgliest burp I've ever heard.
That almost came out the other end.
Not to leave too many silences. I'm just waiting for. Oh man,
It was a swamp burp.
my favorite beer from the party on Saturday was. I think I'd probably say the same.
Miller Lite, yeah.
No. The truth was tasting really good that night, though. Not gonna lie.
I think I stayed away from the truth. That stuff ruins me. It was like 8.5%. Ooh,
7.2.
it's enough.
I checked because someone's like, "God damn, that's a lot." I think it was Kerner.
That's just
Based on the impression that I did. God damn, man.
One of the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse was one that was kind of internationally known as a very good movie.
Speaking of, it comes out. The second one comes out
It's
soon.
already. Oh, sorry. Into the Spider-Verse was the comic book.
Oh,
one.
shit. Sorry. Yes, that one was, I think, 100%. I've never heard a bad thing about it.
It's also on sale on Xbox Live right now. I think I bought it yesterday for $10. So it's the superhero ones that I jump on.
What's the last really bad movie you watched?
What was the last movie I watched?
Are you asking me what you watched recently?
Yeah.
I'm confused by your answer.
I mean, one that I turned off was the second Ant-Man.
That's unfortunate. That wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I just didn't give a fuck. I told you. Outside of that,
But like a cringe movie. Do you ever, like, every once in a while, just like watch a cringe movie on Netflix?
No.
Okay.
I can't really.
I watched Con Air last night.
What is Con
Do you remember
Air?
Con Air?
I think I know.
It's one of those terrible Nicolas Cage action movies from the late 90s. It's the one where he's an innocent dude, and then some guys try to fuck with him and his wife, and he ends up killing one by accident, and then he goes to jail. And he's a good guy, so he's just trying to survive, and then he's finally about to get out, and they're transporting prisoners, and they put him on a maximum security plane, hence the name Con Air, with all of these criminals, and he gets wrapped up in their bullshit, and he's just trying to go home and see his family. It's bad. It is bad. They're supposed to be from Alabama. Speaking of Alabama, and Nicolas Cage has this awful Southern accent.
Oh my god!
He has this terrible, like, macho man long hair wig. There's a montage of him doing these like workouts in his prison cell that are absolutely ridiculous and totally fake. There's one where he's doing handstand push-ups. It's just the most outrageous thing. And not 1997. That was like peak 90s action movies. All those things. So yeah, it was bad.
Trying to go back through, watch it again on Netflix here.
You know, I never, as you scroll past this, I never finished. Never really even got into Peaky Blinders.
Me neither, to be honest.
I think I tried like 2, and yeah,
it never really grabbed me. Yeah, I can't really. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And it's okay. It's okay if you don't. I mean, sometimes I just like to watch cringe.
Oh, the Sherlock Holmes movie.
Which one with
people liked it?
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought it was like interesting. I thought he played it pretty well, but I watched the whole thing and I was like,
nope.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sometimes I just like to throw it on there. I got really.
You know, one that I never make it through is The Interview.
Never even tried.
Oh, it's bad.
I never even tried. But no, I got Wiley one weekend while Mrs. Commander was away, and I watched all 4 Pierce Brosnan Bond movies, which GoldenEye is good. It's not amazing. I think we kind of renown it a little higher than it should be because of the game, but GoldenEye is solid, and then they just get progressively worse. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's fun to watch. You know, there's absolutely ridiculous stuff that happens.
Hogan's pissed. Bite your tongue, Con Air is
fantastic.
fantastic.
Cyrus the Virus. Oh, my God. So the reason this came up is there's a show that I listen to called Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard. Do you know Dax Shepard?
Mm-hmm. Who is it? I know the name.
Wait, you answered affirmatively.
I think I know who. Is that the actor?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
I'll pull his stupid fucking face up here. Dax Shepard. I'll pull you guys on the browser. Here's what he looks like. There he is.
Yeah, he's in some good stuff.
Tommy Boy said, well, he's married to hot ass Kristen Bell too. Tommy Boy said he looks like if Zach Braff mated with an alien.
Who's Zach?
Never mind. The point is, he has a podcast called Armchair Expert. It's really good, and he's been doing a live tour of podcasts. So he was in Cleveland conveniently last night while we were conveniently staying an extra day in Cleveland. So we went and saw him. It was fun. But his guest for the evening was Monica Potter, who was in Con Air, and they talked about like how cringe and ridiculous it was. And of course, when we got back, I was like, I need to watch this for the memories, because I was 9 years old and I thought it was a cool action movie. There's a bunch of convicts on a plane trying to kill each other.
There might be some good stuff. We haven't done a fanboy commentary for a minute to jump back and do like 90s action movies.
We should do a series of Nicolas Cage movies specifically. Face Off, I watched like a couple months ago.
Speed.
I watched Speed last week. It's
pretty good.
It's half cringe.
Oh, it's pretty good then.
It's half cringe.
There's a lot of them out there that like they're bad only because he's in it, but like Gone in 60 Seconds, I watch it because I'm a car guy.
That one's good though.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, he has a couple rare ones that are actually good. But Face Off is cringe. Con Air is cringe.
Actually, the other one
Ghost Rider is cringe.
The other one that I watched with him in it was National Treasure.
That's cringe. That's worse than Con Air.
I kind of like that one. Not gonna lie.
I mean, I like seeing the history stuff.
That's the only reason I like it. Is
Right.
because it's they like try to historical fiction it out like it's all fake, but there's tunnels under this shit, and it's like, oh, what if there is? But he's like, Mr. President, come here! You're like, oh my god.
Wait, Nicolas Cage isn't in Speed. Were you thinking of that?
Who's in Speed?
Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
And
Dennis Hopper. Thanks, Tommy Boy, for throwing that up.
Incorrectly remembering. Yeah, I would have put money down on that Nicolas Cage was in it. I haven't seen it since the 90s.
Well, I watched it because, Keanu Reeves is in this new game, and he came out on stage at E3 when they played the trailer, and it was a whole big thing. So there's a bunch of memes, and I had Keanu on the brain, so I was like, I'm going to watch Speed, because that was one of my favorites back in the day. And it's silly. I mean, he's not bad in it, but it is silly. Like, the action makes no sense. There's that scene where there's a gap in the highway, and they have to jump it with the bus, and it's literally a highway in LA, so it's like elevated. It's going on an incline, and there's a giant gap, and somehow the bus just goes 50 miles an hour and ramps. You see it go visibly like at a 45-degree angle, and then it lands safely.
All right, so
ridiculous.
So along what we're talking about, what I did was I Googled bad 90s movies, and Screen Rant actually has a top 20 here, a top 20 countdown of worst. I think. Hold on a second here. I think it's based off of Rotten Tomatoes, according to Rotten Tomatoes. So first of all, it's going to be wrong. Yes. But
sorry for people that are not watching live. I'm just looking at these thumbnails of Arnold as Mr. Freeze and fucking.
Look at that like sexual Mr. Freeze look.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna bang poison ivy later.
Chill that vajay down.
Speaking of Mr. Freeze, if anybody hasn't watched Batman and Robin in a long time, we did fanboy commentary. The commentary is great. The movie's terrible, so it's worth your time.
So let's kick this off. The top 20 worst movies. So start here.
Oh, I gotta do this thing.
Oh, you don't have to. I guess it's listed.
Oh,
here.
There we go. Okay, cool.
This blows.
All right.
So okay.
What?
Whoa. Let's start. Let's just say that a lot of these are gonna piss us off because they're ranked so low, but a nostalgia factor is like ridiculous on some of these because it's 90s.
Possibly, but thanks. All right. First of all, when did Rotten Tomatoes come out?
Never.
2000 probably.
Was the internet around in 2000? Many years ago.
Who are you? The internet was around in like the mid 80s.
Rotten Tomato. No.
Yes.
No. Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Radio. I had my first computer in like 94, 95.
It wasn't hooked up to the internet.
Yes, it was.
No.
You have a skewed memory of the past.
No.
Dude, yes, it was. Dial-up internet. AOL Instant Messenger, 95.
I think
it was happening.
I remember DNR had a old Dell.
I had an HP, bitches.
Hewlett Packard.
Yeah.
they had a old Dell, and I know it wasn't hooked up to the internet until like 97.
Well, that's just their own fault.
Well, I didn't have nothing.
Well, that's your own fault too.
I had NES. How do you?
Dude, I'm telling
they didn't
you.
have an Ethernet cable hookup. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Play Mario Online?
There wasn't
with
Ethernet.
nobody?
It was a phone, regular phone
Yeah,
jack.
exactly. Rufio.
Listen, we got our first computer in '95, and that's one of the first things that we did was hooked it up to the internet.
First
So
time I ever
could go and try to download. Sorry, I'm cutting you off, but I was watching motherfucking Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones.
This is Volcano.
You never seen Volcano?
Write it down on the list.
Oh my god, that one's actually pretty good.
Let's get through this real
Anyways,
quick.
My point when I brought up Rotten Tomatoes was, if Rotten Tomatoes is rating a movie that came out before Rotten Tomatoes existed, I feel like the ratings are skewed because they weren't in the time that this actually came out.
It would have to be people that were born after the shit came out reviewing the 90s movie, which is 20 years
I don't think
old.
they're that thorough. What I'm saying is, when you look back on Hook now, of course there's cringe. It's fucking 1991. Anyways, Hook's number 20.
Number 20 is Hook, which is the greatest movie of all time.
Hook's pretty good. It's not the greatest.
The Flintstones. Okay, this is definitely one that's really bad, but it's nostalgic for me. I used to own this, the Flintstones with Lori Beth Taylor and the other goon, or what's not Lori Beth Taylor?
That's John Goodman.
That's Rosie Goodman.
Who's that?
That's Rosie O'Donnell.
That is.
And then
But who's the Wilma?
I don't know her name.
She looks familiar.
They all are
Is that
somewhat.
motherfucking the same girl? Hang on a second. This
There
is
are
gonna
some-
blow my mind right now.
There are some big names in this, not even Bruno Mars in the corner.
Bruno Mars. What?
Whoever played Bronto. What's the kind of laugh?
Bronto. Who are you?
Who is he? What's his name?
I'm working on it.
Wilma and
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. Thank you.
Halle Berry is also in it.
Yes, she looks good in it as always.
Wilma was Elizabeth Perkins.
Oh, she's a girlfriend in
The
Big.
neighbor from Weeds.
Oh, okay. I've never seen Weeds. She's a girlfriend in Big.
Weeds is good. You should give it a shot. All right. Anyways, Halle Berry's in this one. She's hot.
But it is
And
I agree. It's a bad movie.
yeah, it's bad.
But yeah, nostalgia reasons for me. Spawn. I actually never saw.
Oh my god, that looks like a Dark Souls character. I don't think I probably had seen it on TV at some point, but I don't remember it, so I don't think I actually watched it the whole way through and internalized it.
You know what? We should start writing these down because I think Spawn would be another really good one to do fanboy commentary to.
That would kind of fit in line too. It's like comic booky. Dread, never saw.
Never saw that. Judge Dredd with.
I actually didn't even know there
Sylvester
was an
Stallone.
older Dread movie. That's the same one as like the newer Dread movies, like the superhero. That's the same one, right?
I didn't know there was new ones. I've never heard of Judge Dredd.
I'm making stuff up on the regular.
Bonfire of the Vanities, 1990.
Never
with,
heard of it.
Tom Cage in it, or
More Sylvester Stallone.
Assassins, 1995.
Never heard of it. Great. Carrot Top.
Carrot Top, anything with him. I do not like Carrot Top. I don't like his stand up. I don't like him in movies. I'm not a big fan of Carrot Top.
You know, it's funny. The only thing I know from Carrot Top is the goddamn collect call commercials. 1-800
oh my
collect.
god.
I've never seen a movie and I've never seen a stand up. That's all I know him from.
You know, I think they're the 1% that I did enjoy. I think he did
I kind of like this thumbnail though.
I think he did what's the Private Parts?
Oh, with Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. I think he was on Howard Stern for a couple episodes of his show, and he was actually.
Oh, I think Fitzsimmons was talking about that.
It
on
was actually
Rogan.
like really interesting. He's got an interesting life and an interesting past, but I don't like his stuff per se. So
I couldn't say for sure.
striptease. Whoa, I like what? Okay, how the hell? Come on now,
All right, Kerner.
razzle dazzle.
The winner of 6 Razzie Awards, including Worst Picture, Worst Actress, Worst Director, Worst Screenplay, and Worst Screen Couple. Wow.
What does this say? Is
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore's a smoke show, especially looking like that. Are you kidding me? Sign me up.
Wow.
We're doing fanboy commentary to that.
Hey, Batman and Robin. Hell yeah.
We got to put nipples on him. Because bats have nipples.
Dude, it's so ridiculous.
What if they gave him those saggy bat nipples where there's like 6 of them and they're kind of saggy? Just so it was like, because he's a Batman. He's, instead of putting him man nipples on him,
Just put
he would
bat
have
nipples?
the saggy 6 of them.
Yeah.
Like a dog.
Yeah. Well, bat is just a fox with wings. They're actually kind of cute. If you go to the zoo and look at the bats, They're pretty cool.
The Flying Foxes.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills
Okay.
Cop 3. I didn't know.
The third one. Okay. All right, that makes more sense. I was gonna say the first one's actually really good.
I didn't know there was 3.
You know, I don't know if I knew there was 3 either. I knew there was 1 and 2.
I was gonna say whoa, because there was a lot of Murphy stuff that was bad. The Nutty Professor 2, the Clumps, Norbit. Oh my god, there's some bad stuff in the '90s for him. He fell hard.
The Haunted Mansion was. I mean, I know it was a kids thing, but was it bad?
I don't know. I've never
I thought
seen
I
it.
assumed it was like Night at the Museum. Like that wasn't bad. It was just a kids movie.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good movie. The Night at the Museum. Milk Money. We're getting better and better here, real quick.
What is he doing staring at boobies?
I don't know, but if I have nipples, can you milk me?
What the fuck?
Who is that?
Drew Barrymore, it looks like.
It almost does.
It doesn't even say who's like in the movie.
It just says, just
It
terrible.
literally doesn't even say. Spy Hard.
They had those. What's his name? Leslie Nielsen.
Oh.
They had
yeah.
those movies with him where it was like a action, but a goofy action, almost kind of like Airplane was set up, where it's like
Well, that's him.
he was in Airplane.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
God, it's been so long.
I think
But
he had
was
a
in-
bunch of these spy movies too.
Yeah. Well, I never knew what Spy Hard was, but I thought there was one of them where it was like Bulletproof 19 and a half or something. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about? Maybe it even says right here.
No, I'm scrolling past it. Cool as ice.
Cool as ice. I've never heard of that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Secret of the Ooze. You better not put that shit up there.
Oh, it's Vanilla Ice.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah, is there
boy.
like a 1999 with Britney Spears in it? Might be sweeping up here. Ghost Dad. What is this? Bill Cosby.
What the hell?
You know, it says they have a list. Well, a list. We're looking at a goddamn list. Bill Cosby was one of the biggest stars on the planet. The Cosby Show was very successful with 8 seasons. You know how many seasons like other shit's on? If it's really good, like Seinfeld went for 10 seasons.
Friends was
Like
10, I think.
8 is nothing nowadays. The Simpsons has been on for like 30 years.
I wouldn't say it's nothing. That's still pretty long.
Oh, I don't mean to shit on it, but you would just think like the Cosby Show. Oh, that's got to be like 12, 13 seasons. Nope. I don't know. I'm talking out loud.
I'm not a Hollywood expert.
Mr.
Mr.
Magoo.
Magoo. Another Leslie Nielsen
He made a lot of money in the 90s though.
for these terrible movies.
Probably. What the fuck?
Hell.
Oh, I'm bringing this up. One of my bosses is a huge Sylvester Stallone fan.
This is called Stop or My Mom Will Shoot from 1992. 4%.
4%.
4%. What the hell?
And we're only at number 5. Think about this. There's 4 that are worse than 4%. we're getting hard.
I can speak for myself. Yeah. Cool World.
This is where Brad Pitt bangs Cinderella.
What was up with the early 90s and dudes banging hot cartoons?
I mean,
Because what was the Roger Rabbit movie?
yeah, Roger Rabbit. That's what it was called.
And then there was
Dick
The
Tracy.
Mask, which was the other way around.
Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy?
What? Cool World.
I like
Brad
how
Pitt.
half of them have the word cool in it. Chill.
Jeez.
Mortal Kombat.
There we go. We were talking about that recently. Like, you said there was you watched an article or read a review. You watched a video or read an article. My bad. You get to a certain point where the movies get so bad that it's actually good.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat is the end of that point before it actually starts getting good. We tried to watch it. We were hammered and it was still terrible. And I think Annihilation is worse than the first one.
Oh, the Annihilation is the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first one's 95. All right. Speed 2.
I told you it's bad.
I knew the second one was bad. That's when they're on a boat. Can't believe they got her to do that.
Was
again, Sandra
supposed to,
Bullock.
so it was supposed to star Keanu Reeves, but someone else did it instead.
He was like, fuck that shit.
She's cute.
Garbage, man. Wow. That's ridiculous. Speed. All right. So in comparison,
Are you kidding me?
Speed from 94 grossed over 350 mil and it has a 93% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So
it's-
Speed is pretty good,
There you go.
regardless of the goofy action sequences. All right, number 1 is Baby Geniuses.
Watched it all the time.
2%.
I watched it all the time. I would still watch it. It's actually really good. It's a goofy premise, but all the kids are really smart.
Wow.
And they break out and they basically try to get adopted. I think. Why? So they're saying they are suggesting that Super Babies Baby Geniuses 2 was better.
Wow.
Have you never seen Baby Geniuses?
No. I haven't seen almost any of these. I've seen Speed 2. I've seen Mortal Kombat. And I've seen... What was the other one?
Beverly Hills? No, we didn't know that.
I didn't know that one. I've seen Batman and Robin. I've probably seen Striptease at some point. And what was the first one? Hook.
Hook and...
Jesus.
That's surprising.
What the hell, man?
That's surprising. Sylvester Stallone.
I was going to say that's a trip down memory lane, but like...
Swing and a miss.
I don't know a lot of those. Oh, man.
So what? But they're saying the 90s was a decade filled with wonderful films: Pulp Fiction, Silence of the Lambs, Toy Story, Goodfellas, and The Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank's really good. I saw that later in life, and I'm glad I saw it later in life so I could really appreciate it. Because if I saw it earlier, it's a long movie and it's kind of drawn out, but it's pretty good. I would say it's really good actually. Toy Story is a classic, and I've heard Toy Story 4 really good.
They're all good.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's what Disney does. Yeah, I mean, I feel like every decade has these. So there's always like tropes that happen in a decade, and then movies they keep regurgitating those over and over again to make quick dollars and make terrible movies at the same time. So I think it just keeps happening. 90s hits for us just because of nostalgia and stuff. But
I'm surprised like UHF isn't up there. Like 99% of the people on Earth
That
would
was
probably
80s.
hate. Oh, that's true.
it was like 86. Kerner jumps in the chat. A lot of those movies are actually pretty awesome.
Striptease is actually pretty good
That's
for about
why
10
you're
minutes.
not on the show. Striptease.
Striptease is great for like 10, 15 minutes.
See, I don't know if there's any nudity in striptease. That's why it's called striptease.
I'll find out quick.
So even though it's rated R, ain't nothing gonna happen.
That's like what's the other one with Arnold?
Kindergarten Cop.
No, Detective John Kimball.
Last Action Hero.
Who is Daddy?
Who are dads? Terminator. What are you trying to say?
Wait, are they suggesting Episode 1 is not one of the worst movies of all time?
What? Hello. We're kicked off YouTube. Thanks a lot.
Hey. For that 10 seconds. Dun 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 dun.
That's honestly enough for it to happen nowadays. What were you trying to say about Arnold?
Oh, Cool Lies. True Lies.
Ooh, I haven't seen that in a while.
That's a good movie. It's got like a good comical aspect to
Oh,
it.
that's James Cameron. Yeah. Makes
Oh,
sense.
really? And it's got what's her name? 80s.
80s girl.
Get your gut health right yogurt lady, but she was hot in the 80s. She had a hell of a body at least. What was her name?
Get your gut health right, 80s lady. Who are you?
You know what I'm talking about. Activa.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I was so confused.
She's in Trading Places. She takes her bra off. She's like nude. Man, she's had a hella body in 80s. You wouldn't think that. But then
I don't think that.
Then I watched it weekly and I remembered that she's hourly, daily.
Oh man.
That might be one of the like I'm not going to get into that.
Let's name a couple really fucking good 90s movies though to counterbalance this. Twister.
What? Baby Geniuses.
Twister's amazing.
Baby's Day Out.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Baby's Day Out.
When's the last time you saw Twister? Tommy Boy's gonna come to my ailment right here.
True Lies. That must have been like late 80s though.
No, it was.
Oh, what
It
was
was
the
90s.
True Lies is really good.
Did I
say
close
this
it?
one.
Damn, I closed it. Fucking A. 94.
That's good.
Hot off the heels of Terminator 2. James Cameron
Dude,
and Arnold are back together again. I can't find a beer.
I'm surprised you didn't say the Batman Returns.
Yeah. Batman Returns.
Was that 91?
Saw an article recently about how Michael Keaton was the best Batman. Still.
You could also say every single goddamn Disney movie from the 90s.
True.
Every single one.
No, not every single one. They did
Simba?
sequels to all those bullshits.
Yeah, but the originals, Simba,
so
Lion
not every
King,
single one.
Beauty and the Beast,
Beauty and the Braggers,
and then there's like a third one.
Aladdin,
Hercules. Aladdin.
Hercules.
Hercules. I still
I know.
say, man.
I know.
It's on Netflix right now. I'm gonna go home and watch it.
I know.
Also,
what's your beef with Twister?
I've never seen it.
Never.
What cartoon character would you bang?
Fucking A, man.
Who's the hottest Disney princess?
Jasmine.
Oh, I'm a Belle. I like Belle.
Why? 'Cause she can fucking read.
She can. I don't like her anymore.
She can read the prenup.
God damn it.
I'm gonna keep all of her dad's inventions if I marry her.
Yeah, it might be a tie depending on yeah. Yeah.
Jasmine. for sure.
Jasmine is way up there. She's
Yeah.
Persian princess with a tiger lily.
I don't know anything about Persia. I don't know what's what. All those ancient civilization names that are now different things. Because Persia is what, Iran?
It's like north, like Turkey, Constantinople. That was kind of like the Persians. It fluxed depending on who was in power because people lost.
Oh, that shit's confusing as hell. All right, so where I was going with this was like good 90s movies. I'm sad that you've never seen Twister. It's good,
Is
man.
that a Ryan Geist? No, Mr. Sir. Who was that? The Beer Jesus.
Beer Jesus.
No, it's Unveiled Brewing Company. It's actually pretty good. 2 out of 3.
Padilla says Lilo's sister.
She hot? Oh, she is hot, isn't she? I've never seen that movie.
I don't think I have.
I think she's hot,
I didn't say she was hot.
and she's of age, which is cool too.
Tommy Boy's throwing some more good ones out. Saving Private Ryan. I have never seen that all the way through.
I have, and it's great. I never thought I would like it that much. It's one of those that everybody told me to go see because it's so good, and I'm like, great. Now it's not going to be as good. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire, classic. The Home Alone movies is another good one, which those are like nostalgic and good at the same time, which you
And
don't
Holiday.
and you don't get that a lot.
The trifecta of amazingness.
Christmas Vacation, probably one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation's probably one of my.
Well, that's only good around Christmas, though.
No, it's most of my.
Nah.
It's one of my most watched comedies of all time. Black Hawk Down. I actually don't like that one as much.
Was that 90s, though? I don't think so.
Either 90s or
I
early.
went to see that in theaters
Is that 2000?
with Eric and Steve and the crew. That was like 2003, I think. 2001. Obi-Wan Kenobi. All right, anyways, off the 90s movies talk.
Let's move to the 2000s. So, Eyes Wide Shut, The Green Mile. I've never seen. The Mummy.
The Mummy. Oh!
You've always been a fan of The Mummy.
Dude, it's so... Well, I've been obsessed with Ancient Egypt forever. The Mummy was really good for when it came out. Rachel Weisz is fucking hot as hell. And pretty decent special effects for back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when you compare it to Phantom Menace, no. But for every other movie that wasn't Star Wars, it's pretty fucking good. So, all right. What else? Star Wars?
Smoke Show Melton said, you see Demi Moore's titties and striptease. We got to watch it now.
Is that your wife is in your phone now?
Yeah, Smoke Show Melton.
I like it.
What was I going to look up? Someone had something here that I was going to look up. Oh,
2000s movies?
Christmas Vacation. I wanted to see what year.
Hope you're doing good. Har, har, har.
Damn it!
Was it 80s?
1989.
I was going to say, it's right on that cusp. Cusp.
December 1st, 1989.
It's really close. 31 days away from the 9 days.
That's kind of like Caddyshack is 1979 December, I think. It's right there. There's some of those movies too. So like
You think that defines, like the movie that came out right there almost defines the era? Because I feel like a lot of
next
80s
era?
movies ended up, a lot of 80s teen comedies ended up being kind of like Caddyshack. A lot of 90s family comedies ended up being like Christmas Vacation.
I think it just bleeds so much. Like when people say 90s I feel like was 50% split. Because I feel like the 80s bled into the early 90s so much.
Well, yeah, I guess
and
it
then
always
the
happens.
late 90s like pushed into the thousands so much, especially with like the internet. But yeah, I always picture like the 90s. If it's early 90s, it might be a little disconnected for me because I feel like that's just late 80s shit still coming out.
Yeah.
But there were those ones that kind of bridged everything, like the Batman series. I felt like it just pulled everything together. Heavyweights is another good one. Thank you. Jumanji. We're getting there. We're getting our good list.
What's your favorite 40s movie?
Bridge on the River Kwai. The Lean Night.
That might be 40s. No, I think it's like 60s.
40s. I don't know. Godzilla.
I was joking. I have no fucking idea. Was Hollywood even around back then?
I think it was. Yeah.
You know what I actually do like is the Peter Jackson King Kong. I think it's actually pretty fucking good.
King of the Skull.
No, King
Skull
Kong
Kingdom?
with Jack Black and
Yeah, Skull Kingdom or Skull Island.
not Nicole Kidman, Naomi Watts, whatever.
Is that the one I'm talking about? Skull Island.
Is that the full name of it?
King Kong, or maybe it is just called King Kong.
King Kong, King of the Kongs.
2005, called King Kong.
Yeah, I thought it was just King Kong.
But then the new one's Skull Island, I think.
I think that was the game.
No, King Kong Skull Island, 2017. I think is the second movie of that.
No.
I've heard this is actually really good.
No.
You know who said that this was really good was the Delaware Degenerates. What are the names?
Bode and Feed.
Is that the name of the episode? The Delaware Degenerates.
I will text myself that. Delaware Degenerates, and I'm also texting myself what I said because I'm funnier than you.
I didn't realize the sister in Arrested Development was Ellen's wife.
Yeah,
She's hot.
she is hot.
That's half the reason I watched the show.
Well, it's Portia.
I didn't know. Yeah, I never knew who that was. I've never seen her or anything else.
I don't think I've seen her in anything else either.
What does she do?
She acts.
She acts
And
like
she bangs Ellen.
She acts like she knows how to act.
And she bangs Ellen.
That's step 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Get it together. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Peter Jackson. Oh, Titanic. Okay. I enjoy the fuck out of some Titanic.
Yeah, pour one out for Titanic.
No joke. I would watch the hell out of some Titanic. It's not even that great of a movie, but I'm such a historical, and I'm such a historical. And then I ended that sentence. Now I continue it. I'm such a historical. Yeah, it's way too long, but it keeps me entertained the whole way. It's like 3.5 hours.
Dude, I love super long movies.
I know
as
you do.
long as they're done well.
As long as I have time to watch the goddamn super long movie, like we were talking about with
Listen,
Walk Hard. I love that it's long, but I almost
if you're already watching a movie, what's an extra 20, 30 minutes?
I almost never get all the way through. I don't have 3 hours to sit there.
All right, I won't lie that it kind of slows down in the 70s when he's with his kids or whatever. Or not in the 70s, like in the 90s when he's meeting all of his kids that he didn't know about.
You sure you're one of mine?
It slows down there a little bit. But, in general, if you're already watching a movie that's like an hour 45 or 2 hours long, what's another 20 minutes? That's what I was yelling at people about for Endgame. Like, it's 3 hours and 6 minutes, blah, blah, blah.
But that's...
And Infinity War was 2 hours and 40, so, like, it's 20 minutes more.
But that makes sense. They got to wrap everything up. Titanic, Tommy Boy says Titanic was just done so well.
He's wrong.
I agree.
He's wrong.
There was not a single character, there's not a single moment in that I didn't feel a little tension. Like, it was exciting. It was like that. It was almost like an entire trilogy of Star Wars in one movie because it was exciting. They got on, they're going, they're meeting new people.
Boobs.
This guy, yeah. Oh,
boobs, jewels, ships, icebergs. It's got everything.
and death.
And death, destruction,
Chill.
1910s cars,
I love
steam, coal.
That's one of my favorite memes too. Is the Jack, which he's floating on the door, and Jack says different stuff. He's like, "There's clearly enough room. Move your bitch ass over." Like,
Yeah, I guess that's the only problem with that movie.
I'll never let go. And Ashley's let goes. Let's go. Never let go.
She's too weak to pull his bitch ass up.
Warm it up and then grab him again. What are you doing? It
Just keep breathing on him, melt the ice a little bit.
was a good movie. And then they had that like exploration part of it from the 90s where they're going down and actually doing it. Like,
I think that's what made it so fucking good. Was they bridged like modern time with the original story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to go watch that again.
And they would go back in and out of it like every hour. Like she would get done telling this piece and they'd be like sitting there like, oh my God, tell us more.
Used to look like.
And that one dude's like, do you still have that picture of your boobies that he created?
I was watching a documentary on YouTube about the Titanic, and they said because it's so fucking deep in the ocean that all the wreckage is going to be completely gone within another like 40 years.
Yeah.
Like you won't be able to see it at all. There's no way to preserve it.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Can you, what that fucking psychopath, James Cameron, can you imagine going a mile and a half down under the ocean in a submarine looking at the freaking Titanic?
He didn't do that.
Yeah, he did.
I'm sure he sent some scientists.
No. He was
down
there. Fuck yeah, he was there.
That's awesome.
He went to Skynet to film the Terminator stuff too. He's a psychopath. What's up?
Terminators. We didn't say that on our 90s list.
Because they were good.
I know, but that's my point. We were trying to think of good ones too.
Oh, I think I skipped over it because Kerner was like, Terminator.
When was the second one made?
91.
That's another one that bridges the 80s and 90s.
Most expensive movie made at the time. Ooh, that's what we should look up.
Largely underrated, Terminator 3. There was some cringe points to it, but I loved
wouldn't
it.
say largely underrated. I would say it's fine.
It's fine for the third one.
It's fine.
Look it up. Let's see what it's rated on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm interested. I'm actually also interested to see. I'm interested to see what this first one's rated compared to the second one too. Because everybody seems to like the second one better.
Ooh, look at this. We've enhanced our audience score. They're improving the authenticity of recommendations on Rotten Tomatoes. Verified ratings and reviews to make our audience score more useful. When you see verified, it means we've confirmed a user bought a ticket to the movie. How nice! So for episode 9, a bunch of people can't spam nonsense.
See, that
should be good.
We're getting some good feedback here. Tommy Boy says filming The Abyss made James Cameron obsessed with the deep ocean, which made him want to make Titanic and then make Avatar 2.
Yeah, Tommy Boy is a film aficionado, I would say. Rise of the Machines, 2003.
God, that's a long time ago already.
Then they waited 12. Well, I guess because James didn't want to do it, but 12 years.
Even the tomato
that's not
meter.
bad.
It's almost 70% for the third one. You would think that it's just atrocious, but I mean, that's watchable.
I always liked it.
I don't remember exactly what happens in that one. I remember them being like sorry to cut you off. Remember when they were in like a cemetery and he had like hidden machine guns and turrets in this like casket, so they had to go there and get his armory out of that and then shoot fuckers.
Well, I think Sarah had hidden it there.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then they hid in the casket and he carried it out and blew everybody up and then let him out of the casket.
See, that was the one that was something that always confused me because he was not supposed to kill humans. He was actually supposed to protect them, but he's shooting rockets at their cars when they're standing right behind him. I'm like, how is he not killing people?
That's the best part of 2 is that John Connor teaches him not to kill people.
I know, but
senselessly.
actively shooting rockets at their cars, at the police cars, and not killing
Because
police.
he's an advanced cyborg. He has targeting computers. He knows.
Well,
it says on his freaking Terminator vision, like, no casualties.
Well, even the droid army accidentally kills people.
Droids are stupid.
Where are you taking them?
Smart.
Where are you taking them?
You know, I've thought about that, and I think it makes total sense. Those droids were programmed for a mission on Naboo. They don't know what the fuck Coruscant is. It's not relevant to their mission. They're there to capture the queen and enslave the population. So the fact that he didn't know about Coruscant makes total sense.
I'm surprised Qui-Gon didn't try to fucking
Surprised Qui-Gon knew about Coruscant.
mind trick him.
Surprised Qui-Gon could pronounce Coruscant when he was hat hammered.
He just walked around mind tricking everybody.
Coruscant. Coruscant.
Coruscant.
Take them to Coruscant. What were you about to ask in Terminator 3? Like, just like the plot in general?
Yeah, I don't particularly remember. Oh, it's okay. I do remember how it begins because it's in that vet office, and the girl can take over machines, so she like plugs into cars and shit. Yeah, that was a big stretch. The enemy was crazy. Like that's almost as bad as the second one, where Liquid Man. The stretch of the technology where he can just all of a sudden be like. The Adventures of Alex Mack.
Skynet tech in action, because the plot is that the main chick who we're following, her dad is an Air Force Admiral. What do you call him?
Wait, say the beginning again. What'd you say?
The main girl, Claire Danes, I can't remember the character's name. Her dad is a Air Force general.
Oh yeah.
So he's in charge of the project.
Yeah, and
so they have all these advanced weaponry and all that kind of stuff. And I forget how it comes about, but like I think the Terminator or something from Skynet fakes a computer virus, and they turn on Skynet to try to protect it, and then Skynet becomes like self-aware, and that's what triggers Judgment Day.
No, but that's the cool thing, because they like because there's I think they're looking for Area 51 or something like that, and they end up like under this mountain. Yeah. That's where it's at, and they think the Terminator was lying to her the whole time.
Right.
He's like, we just need to get there and prevent it. And then they get there and try to prevent it, or she tries to prevent it, and it goes anyways. And he's like, I wasn't trying to prevent it. I was just getting you here so you survive.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to lead the rebellion, leader of the Beatles.
Which is the ongoing thing, because they keep pushing it back, but Judgment Day is going to happen no matter what. So it was cool. Yeah. Those like tanky ones, like those white tank things with like the machine gun arms, they're pretty cool. It's a cool movie. It's fine. It's fun action.
I thought it was really fun.
Get to hear some cussing and see people blow shit up. It's cool.
Why are you so cynical right now, Mopar? I just said one of the worst movies of all time was really good.
Also, Kerna throws out the way Arnold reloads his shotgun in T2. Dude, I tried with my BB gun. I tried to do that so many times. My grandpa was so mad at me because I was running around. I was like I kept it unloaded. Gun safety first. It was unloaded. But I was trying to like flip it around and like cock it. Can never do it. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
It is. And the fact that he just holds it with one, he double holds it. He's double wielding.
And then that grenade launcher at the end.
Oh,
and then he has the minigun. Yeah, T2 so good. All right.
I know.
All right, Terminator cast.
I'm a T2.
Terminator Squad.
One of my favorite things from the 90s, and I just along the lines of what we're talking about here, I started watching the animated series, Batman. The most spot-on Batman, from my point of view, is that animated series, Batman.
And Joker, too.
It's so good. And they don't get super lost in his technology. They don't get super lost in like larger than Earth stuff. They keep it real close. He's more of a detective, but he like fist fights a lot and loses a lot. But it's like, oh, that's what I want. I want him to be like, okay, some fucker came in here and stole some, military technology. We don't know what he's gonna do with it. So Batman comes in, picks up some fucking samples and takes it back and figures out who he is. Goes and fights him, loses probably, and at the end of the episode, he figures it out. And I mean, that's my Batman. That's my Batman. Even though I like the Dark Knight, he's got this fucking machine gun tumbler stuff, and he's just everything. I love it all. It's hard to say, but I feel like the '90s Batman they're staying true to the detective part while still pushing the boundaries, especially for the enemies. Sandman or like. What was that guy? Yeah, Sandman, right?
That's a Spider-Man villain.
Clayface.
Yeah, there you go.
Clayface. Yep.
Okay. What is so speaking of, well, first of all, I haven't seen the animated series in a very long time, so I don't remember much of it at all. Just Mark Hamill's his voice and his laugh and everything. What is your highlight? DC is ruined.
Just a refreshed look on Batman. Don't try to do the Dark Knight. Don't try to do anything else.
I don't think they will. I've heard that it's going to be a lot more about him being the greatest detective in the world, which I think would be pretty interesting because the movies have had a little bit of that, but it hasn't been like... It's been very much action with Bruce Wayne antics and a little bit of detective work. I feel like it hasn't been very focused on the detective work, so that could be an interesting spin.
Is it supposed to be more of along the lines of, and not that we need a goddamn origin story, but him more of
early
like
ages Batman,
trying to figure stuff out, fucking up,
I believe so.
and him like building the Batcave? What else do we need?
That'd be dope.
Well,
I'm not a DC news correspondent, but I believe that is what I've heard, is that focus on detective work and early stages of Batman's career. So
that's exactly
cool.
what I want. So they're
just
doing
something different, The fact that it's Robert Pattinson is different. I'm cool with that.
Oh my God, we're getting real close to the Joker movie release too.
Oh yeah, what's that? October, right? Actually, let's do that. Let's talk for a second. I know we haven't gotten to Star Wars yet, but I don't like any of you, so it doesn't matter. Let's do biggest upcoming movies of 2019. Because there's a lot that has come out. I think we mentioned in the last episode that we really haven't seen much lately. So, like, I haven't seen Aladdin. I haven't seen
Dark Phoenix.
I haven't seen any of those X-Men. I need to go back and watch those.
Yeah.
Shazam, I haven't seen.
Pet Cemetery, I haven't seen.
I haven't seen Pikachu.
Me neither. Aladdin,
Toy Story 4,
or Lion King.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man's July 5th, so that's coming up quickly. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino. I'm really looking forward to that.
Joker.
Oh, the next It movie. Yes.
Oh, that would be good. I didn't realize that was coming out this year already.
Yeah, dude, the trailer freaked me the fuck out.
Episode 9.
Joker, Addams Family, and then obviously episode 9.
Wait. They're redoing the Addams Family?
Animated.
Oh.
I don't know what that means. Frozen 2, fuck off.
I've never seen Frozen. Everybody says it's a really good one, actually.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't talk about Habit.
Interesting. Yeah, so I really need to do some catching up on the movage.
Surprised Dark Phoenix isn't up there. I feel like that's a cool one. X-Men was always high on my list. I've heard not the greatest things, but the fact that it's X-Men and if they can do it decent, I'll watch it.
I didn't expect much.
Yeah. The Joker, man. I'm fucking hyped for that.
Should be good.
Who's supposed to be playing who
Wait,
else is...
Shinobi just said Robert Pattinson isn't doing Batman anymore.
Oh, discombobulated.
Do you think they put that out just for some news?
I think people made it up for news.
No, it was rumored and then confirmed a week later. Do you think they put it out just for some publicity?
Who gives
just
a
to
shit?
get some buzz? That's interesting. I have deleted all my social media apps, so I really don't know what the fuck's going on in the world. Whatever. If anybody brings up news and Star Wars stuff they want us to talk about on the show, that's really what I know about.
Let's get into Star Wars using our social media apps.
I can't, so you tell me what's going on in the world. What's Crowlin talking about these days?
Crowlin was yelling at me.
Oh, you asked for questions earlier, right?
Yeah, so on our Instagram, I yelled at some people here.
What's these bitches want to know about?
So, is the new Fallen Jedi game going to be good? What could go wrong?
Well, everything could go wrong.
It could be bad.
I have a feeling that it will be a good game. I think they learned from their mistakes. I think gaming in general is turning into a new direction, which should be good. I think EA is understanding that they need to let their creators create things and stop fucking around. So I think it will be a good game. That said, I'll echo what I've mentioned when we looked at the trailer for the first time. That's not my preferred style of game, so I don't know if I'm going to love it like I would, Battlefront or KOTOR. But I'm very excited for the storyline that we're going to be getting from that.
I'm just hyped. I thought it was going to be really bad, but everything I've read has hinted, at least a little bit, growing your character, doing it your way. The storyline, the setting has been really cool. The small, like Saul Guerrero being in it.
Cameos are dope.
I'm excited. I'm excited for them to push technological boundaries too. We'll see new stormtroopers, purge troopers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited. I really am.
I think it comes down for me the amount of customization, because I feel like we've gotten those type of adventure games in the past that have given you a little bit of RPG elements, but it's not really thorough. So I think for me, it's going to come down to, well, are they going to push you in this very linear direction like Force Unleashed, but make it seem like you have some choice? Or are you really going to have some choice and customization and all that kind of stuff? That's what it comes down to for me.
Hey, Bombay!
Hey, Bombay!
Bumblebee tuna.
Hey, Bombay!
Oh, no, I think what they're going to do...
I can't believe I only saw Avengers once. Endgame, I mean, once.
I think what they're going to end up doing with Fallen Order is something along the lines of the Jedi Knight series. So basically, if you found... I believe it was based off of how many secret areas you found, you got a star. Like, just to complete the mission, you got a star, but you would get extra force power stars, and you could apply them to different force powers. So, like foreseeing, it would as long as you had one applied, you had it, and then the more you put on it, the stronger it would get. So it was like cool because if you chose a bunch of dark side powers, the cutscenes started changing and you started murdering people.
Yeah, see, I would like some of that element too.
So it was like a light RPG. It would change it slightly.
Yeah.
But
But like
you
what they
could-
did in the most recent Assassin's Creed games, I think would be enough for me.
What was how was that set up?
Well, like, you know, you can use a melee weapon, and there's subcategories of that. You can use single-handed, two-handed, axe, blunt, all that kind of stuff. You can use bow and arrow. You can upgrade abilities that you have with your horse. You can upgrade abilities for the eagle that spot stuff for you. So it really does get diverse. So I guess if they have that kind of element in there, that would fit. And then the KOTOR thing about dark side, light side, that would be cool. Because if you think of the story, if you think of what he's going through, he could easily stick with the Jedi path, commit, and keep true to those that way of life, even through all of this terrible shit after Order 66. Or he could be really pissed off that all of his order is dead, and he could go complete dark side.
You know what I'd be happy about is if you were able to actually customize the storyline behind the character. So, for example, at the beginning, you actually choose like an
Like Mass Effect?
like an engineer, or an infiltrator or something like that, and then it would allow you, it would open up or unlock like engineer. You'd be able to like fucking tinker shit open or rebuild stuff, and it would help you along the way. Just like KOTOR, where you had the option, you could go and splice the computer and blow something up inside it, or you could just rebuild this droid and it'll walk in and kill everybody for you.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, it's so small, you're still going through the goddamn door, but your character does it a different way than everybody else's. I think that would be sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's really about that versatility, that diversity, that thoroughness that they put into the game.
Like you said, like Mass Effect, you choose something right up front, and not only does it change your background, but how people react to you in the future,
Yeah.
and your abilities going forward.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a small thing, but across 3 goddamn games,
I
like
know, that was-
you choose one thing and you're just fucked for. I mean,
Honestly, a feat. That series is. I need to play it again. I started to a while last year, but I stalled. I think I was halfway through 1, but I wanted to go through all 3 of them with the same character because I hadn't done that in a very long time. But
I've only done it once.
it's a feat in those games. All my old saves where I did do that was on PlayStation.
Maybe that's what we'll do. I'm gonna get
Who's we?
glass armor onto the
Nice.
Mass Effect train.
Do it, man.
I feel like that's not overly quick. Like, you don't have to, like, it's difficult, but you don't have to be like online multiplayer quick to be good.
Where 12-year-olds are fucking teabagging
yeah.
you. Yeah.
But you have to. I mean, you got to think on your feet, but it's a little more reasonable than
Yeah.
getting fucked.
Speaking of Mass Effect,
Worst games ever created.
it's really good. They're all really good. Even 2, which I don't like. I like the least of them. It's still really good. I was gonna say, speaking of Mass Effect, there's a bunch of info coming out recently about this guy Bob Lazar that used to work at Area 51. I don't know if you've heard any of that.
What does that have to
He
do
was
with-
on Rogan recently,
Mass Effect.
and he was there's a documentary that just came out on Netflix about it too. The reason I say, speaking of Mass Effect, is because they're studying. I mean, I feel like when his episode on Rogan, they played it kind of cool, but he was literally saying like, yeah, there was alien technology that I worked on, and we couldn't figure it out because it was so advanced that we're just fucked. And it just made me think of Mass Effect, like when the humans find the Prothean technology on Mars in the first place and able to advance their technology by thousands of years in just a decade or 2. Just got me thinking. Maybe it's time to play Mass Effect again.
Do you have thoughts?
You should listen to it though. It's good. You listen to Rogan once in a while, right?
Yeah,
Usually, like skip some of the
I honestly
UFC people and everything.
the only times I don't ever actually listen to them. I watch it on YouTube.
Oh,
if
okay.
if
Yeah.
I'm
Well, watch I think it's the most recent one or the second most. Bob Lazar. But listen, it's fucking interesting.
name is Lazar. Did I break this?
Should I- What?
Use it, thing.
Sige. Yes, you do. What's he have?
The new Star Trek movie, Star Trek Beyond, has some very Mass Effectian moments in it. I don't think I've seen Beyond.
That's the third of the Abrams. Well, Abrams didn't direct it, but the third of his little, what he kicked off.
Let's say they make a Mass Effect movie. Who plays Shepard?
Oh, God. Well, first of all, if they made a Mass Effect movie, I kind of would want them to put it in the universe, but not do Shepard's story.
If they do Shepard's story, who would play Shepard?
Channing Tatum?
No.
Got a problem with Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
Cheat Tate? I just made that. Cheat Tate. That's a good question. What do you guys think in the chat? Give us something to talk about. What do you think?
You know what would actually be pretty cool? I'm gonna forget his name.
Klieg Lars.
And it's got to be.
How about Hayden Christensen?
The only reason I'm gonna say this guy
Nicholas Cage.
is because of how he looked years and years ago. But Edward Norton, I feel like would be crazy good.
If Edward Norton got jacked, yeah.
Dude, like if you take away the douchey 90s hair, like his eyes, he looks like
take away the racism and everything.
Yeah. So American History X, yeah, I think that would be a good one for me.
If we're trying to envision like the canon Shepard character look from the first one, like the default, if you don't customize.
Yeah, Edward Norton kind of fits it.
Yeah, if he gets jacked.
He's a little smaller, but yeah. But I feel like I could see him going through and like saving people and being a good guy, or I obviously see him going through and just killing everything and still getting shit done. That's my vote.
What about Dax Shepard? Just kidding.
Who do you want? Tom Hanks?
No, I actually agree with you.
I'm trying to think of like a skinnier faced guy.
Ryan Gosling.
Really?
Yeah. He's really good in not rom-coms. Like actually surprisingly really good. Yeah, Edward Norton I think would be a good one.
That's a difficult one.
Ian McDiarmid.
I really can't think of anyone else. You know what's kind of weird is this guy. I've seen him in a lot of different stuff. Eric Bana.
Oh yeah, that was the older Hulk movie from like 2003 or something.
Oh, I thought that was Edward Norton.
That was technically the second movie in the MCU, but everybody kind of forgets it because they replaced him with what's his face, Ruffalo. But they made one before Disney got Marvel, and he was the Hulk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he could be. I didn't realize he was an Australian actor. Eric Bana. Yeah, you're right. 2003.
Bana.
Orlando Bloom.
James Franco.
Chris Pine.
That might work. He was just in Star Trek though. I'm honestly going for Ryan Gosling. Not gonna lie. Watch him in something that isn't The Notebook, and I think you'll see what I'm saying.
Or what's his face? I actually like this guy. He's the
yeah, Carl Urban. It's the medic dude in Star Trek.
Yeah.
He's also in Thor.
Is he really?
Yes.
Which one?
I don't know if he's
Thor
in
Ragnarok.
I don't know if he's in 1 and 2, but I know he's in the third one.
He's in a lot. Holy shit, he's in a lot of good movies. So Dredd, we just talked about. Star Trek, Thor Ragnarok, Doom.
Oh
Riddick.
yeah, he's one of the
He's in
Rohirrim
Lord of the Rings. Yeah. He's in Bourne Supremacy. Oh, and the new Star Trek. Well, the new 2016.
You know what I need to watch? Scroll up for a second. What I just missed? Oh yeah, the Bourne Supremacy. I need to watch all those.
I have watched the first one over and over, bits and pieces. All like it's, I watch it to a certain point, and then I'll catch the middle to the end, and then I'll catch like just the end, and then I'll catch. I've never sat there and watched the whole thing, but I've seen the whole thing.
I've seen it once. I liked it a lot. I never saw the others.
Me neither.
I listened to the soundtrack for Supremacy a lot, but I need to go back through and watch them all.
This guy's got a decent catalog here that he's a part of. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it's really bad, but I didn't mind Into Darkness. I haven't seen the Beyond, Star Trek Beyond.
I always forget he's in Lord of the Rings.
Who is he in Lord of the Rings? One of the
He's
orcs?
the leader of the Beatles. The leader of that group of riders from Rohan that like get
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Expelled or whatever. What's the word? Excommunicated. What's the word? Banished.
What about Obi Kenobi as Shepard?
And that's not a bad idea.
He's too happy. He would have to be the good shepherd. and then Edward Norton is the bad shepherd.
Now we're back to a Hulk situation.
We're also completely assuming that Shepard's a man. Who would be the woman?
True.
Who would be the woman shepherd? Gal Gadot?
No, it'd have to be some beastly woman.
Oh, wasn't Edward Norton small?
No, I said if he got jacked for the role, he could be Shepard. You heard me say that.
I thought you meant like
Oh,
drunk. I'm jacked, bro.
jacked. Yeah.
Mopard, completely Mopard.
Excommunicated.
I had that beer JLA from the Florida brewery.
Lie, isn't it called?
JLA.
Didn't somebody correct you on that?
Yeah.
JLA sounds like an actor.
She could play Shepard.
J. A girl. J.
It's short for Jamie. Ale. Jesus.
It's not a thing. J's not an abbreviation for Jamie. Get out of here.
Yes, it is.
Always. Always and forever.
Always
As it was.
and forever.
We didn't answer those questions.
We only had one. Oh, how do you think Darth Sidious is still alive? We heard
He's
him cackle.
not.
So
We've talked about this already. He's not alive. Go. What else?
that's all. So the only one that I wanted to could he still be alive? If he's not still alive and it's not his, why?
All right.
What if they're 100% trolling us and he's not a part of it?
Here's the issue with saying could, because they're in control of the fiction. They can just make it whatever they want. They can just change Rey's parents and say, yeah, she does have parents, and this is why. Palpatine's alive, and this is why. They could just change it. Going with what we've seen, I am betting that he is not alive, and he is involved with the movie because there's a holocron, or he's haunting the remains of the Death Star, or something. I think holocron is the obvious bet.
I still think it's a military thing. He put something in. We've seen his.
Visage.
No, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
His precautions going forward. What the fuck are they called?
I know what you're saying. The
Premonitions?
troopers from Battlefront 2 with his hologram on their face.
What were the,
That's why I said visage.
Yeah.
Visage.
But he has plans in place for after
Contingency plans.
Contingency plans. Thank you. So yeah, I think that's the only reason where you heard him. We're seeing something spark.
You're seeing his legacy play out.
How many years after we saw him fall down the tube and
34, 33, 35?
to 7? Episode
think.
7?
Something like that.
I was hoping that something like that would line straight up with Rey's birth.
So
Like the spark, because that's a
like he
traumatic.
possessed Rey.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's almost a reaction. Like I feel like Anakin, I know canon, uncanon, it was a Sith ritual, whatever you want to call it, but it's almost like Plagueis and Sidious were so bad that it was just like the Force was like, we need to fucking try to fix this shit. Boop, there it is. Oops, that made it worse, but still kind of better.
I feel like it doesn't happen instantly though. Like maybe Rey was a reaction to things, but it took a while for that to actually play out. Because you can't just like, boom, here's a 20-year-old that's gonna kick your ass. You know?
Here's Broom Kid.
Well, she had to be born. And
Sweep
everything.
your shit.
Nah, man, I think the holocron is the easy bet. I'm up for being surprised though. I'm not opposed to a total twist that I don't expect. Subvert my expectations, Jage.
I'm weary. What if there's someone in charge that was above? Like, I don't want to turn out like Revan.
No, that's not gonna happen.
If someone was above Sidious, I'm gonna be pissed. But
No, Sidious is the one that's above. That's why it was a surprise to hear him in the trailer. Like you thought, he's gone. Snoke's the new thing. Hux is the new thing, and Sidious is cackling back at you. That he's the surprise that's above and beyond everybody.
I think the good surprise would be the unknown regions, though, because then they can truly do stuff that doesn't even need to make sense.
We need to read the fucking stuff. There's got to be hints already.
No, there's not. Shinobi hasn't said anything.
Shinobi, tell us the hints.
Tell us the hints.
Write our episodes for us. There's got to be something in Aftermath or something in Battlefront that's like, I know at the very least, he was trying to find a safe route to the unknown regions. That's why he had a bunch of outposts everywhere on the outer rim, Jakku had a laboratory or an outpost or something. That's why the battle happened there. That's why all the wreckage is there. So there is some link. I just don't know what he was trying to do out in the unknown regions in the first place.
Dude,
I don't know if it's written and I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's just hinted at, but not actually canon yet.
Let's play this out. They go out to the unknown regions, find something that's they shouldn't have come across. They try to come back through Jedi or Jakku outpost.
Jakku,
and that's where all the down shit. Like they followed them back, and it was a crazy battle.
The battle happens there
at Jakku.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But we already know about the battle. It happens in Battlefront.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But we don't know why he was trying to get those roots, what he was looking for.
Oh, there you go.
And where Snoke comes from.
The dark side called to Sidious in the unknown regions.
So once people knew that, the theory was, well, Snoke was above everything, and he was calling to Sidious back in the day. But now we know that that's probably not true, because Snoke was just a dude.
But I do really like that idea, because that makes me feel like Sidious wasn't all powerful. Like he still got.
Well, he's not. He died.
He doesn't get. He's not like controlling everything, because I feel like that's why we always pictured him, where he's just in control. He's had all this plan, blah blah blah. But even the Force calls to him, and he has no fucking clue what's going on. So I think that's cool. It's a cool idea. Now Vader had full control. Beep boop boop
of everything always.
Up up down down.
He had a phone on his chest. He can do anything.
He had down B printed right on his fucking nipples.
Oh man. I think there's actually some nonsense in the new VR game about some of this.
Vader Immortal.
Yeah. So I don't know. I need to catch up. The quickest way to catch up is to watch Star Wars Explained. So I need to go on a binge.
Watch.
Thank you, Alex.
Good day.
I can't do it all the time, man. You got to go through cycles of different fandoms. You know what I mean? I think we've talked about that. You do that, right? Like I'm not fully immersed in Star Wars at this time. I've been reading a bunch of ancient history stuff. I'm kind of in, I don't know. I'm just in like books and ancient Europe and Roman Empire and Egypt and stuff. I'm not really in the Star Wars mode right now.
Unless Star Wars has ancient pyramids and stuff, which they do.
It's just the mood I'm in right now. That could change tomorrow if I read the right article, get hyped about something. As soon as some news drops.
What if we see a scene in episode 9 where Luke and Snoke were talking back in the day?
I am interested to figure out if they know each other.
Yeah, of course they do. Snoke was a part of the temple, right?
I don't know if that's true. I just know that people knew that he was influencing Kylo, Ben. I don't know if he was at the temple or... Yeah, but Han says so confidently, like, Snoke's fucking with you. Like, you know, he didn't say Supreme Leader Snoke or the Supreme Leader. Like, you know who he is.
No, it was Snoke who turned us onto the dark side.
The fuck? How do they... Oh, Jesus.
I also...
they're going to put it together so perfectly.
They probably will.
Fucking A.
I also just really liked when Kyle... In 7, I recently rewatched. When Kylo actually kills Han. And he says, thank you. I got chills. I was like...
So good. So
I know
good.
everybody's like, oh, he's saying thank you because he's finally going to the dark side. Well, that's the obvious thing, but maybe he does mean something else. Maybe he does.
I'm still in support of that option as a theory.
I'm not.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not sold, man.
Sold on what?
I don't know. I think 7 is not that 7 is a key, but we assume everything that was set up in 7's like answered everything. But there's so many questions in 7, even though it's a setup movie. Like 8 had the questions built in. Like there's shit happened in 8, but 7, I feel like there's some we're forgetting. The Ray vision. Are you fucking kidding me? The fact that Maz has the lightsaber.
Yeah. What
like,
the fuck?
There's a lot of shit.
You just went back and watched that, didn't you? Recently?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And then even we see the scene where Ray's being pulled by Unkar and there's a ship taken off. You're like, dude, what the fuck is all this shit? Like you answered, well, and that's why probably a lot of people didn't like 8, but it answered nothing. Her parents, nothing. Well, her parents don't mean anything. Well, what does that mean? I don't know. And then you had the one other real big gripe about 8 that I had was that mirror scene. Like I like that.
Is it a gripe?
Oh yeah, for me, I like when there's a bunch of mystical stuff in it that we don't need to make sense, but when it doesn't tie into any fucking thing. Like I guess she was looking for her family. Like that's who she wanted to see.
Yeah.
I don't even get the message that wasn't sent.
It showed her herself. Like she needs to stop looking because her family's not important.
Maybe she didn't have a family.
She needs to take care of herself and focus on herself. She puts herself down. She doesn't think she's important. All she wants to do is help Luke and help this person and get back and find her family and go back to Jakku and help the Resistance. I think it's trying to show her that she needs to, focus up on yourself. You're important. You have a role to play.
Maybe it is. This is episode 9, Anakin versus Sidious. They both lived.
No, that'd be ridiculous. That'd be stupid. That'd be dumb.
The chosen one against the evil one.
A conversation. Force Ghost Anakin. I'm cool.
Could you imagine Force Ghosts talking mad shit? Sidious over there like, hey, you should probably cut up them younglings, blah, blah, blah. And
I never could stand you breathing, you dumb bitch.
Anakin's like, dude, you smell like moldy donuts. Shut the fuck up. Let me
Forehead
train her.
looks like a butt. I'm pissed.
Your forehead looks... I don't know what it looks like. It's bad, though. Looks like Commander's background. You got episode 3 Sidious face on your background over here. You guys should see it. I think it's a zoom in on his genitals.
The fuck are you talking about?
What are you looking at? You're over here looking out the window.
I thought you were pointing to the camera as if I had something back here. You said background.
No, your background on your laptop or whatever.
Well, you guys can't see that, so fuck it. That rotates though. It's different.
Maybe that's why his name's Finn. He's a piece of Sidious's face. So he looks like fins, like a jellyfish, jellyfin. We've had enough of this. I know. Let's get back to the 90s.
Wow, what a reach that was. Off of the Daisy Ridley mirror scene. Yeah, I don't get it at all. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't answer anything.
I feel like you can still be mystical, but tie it to something loosely. Like that was the big jump, that she was looking for her family, and then 20 minutes later, her family doesn't matter.
Well, I guess I do get it. I mean, it's like she needs to finally realize, and it's not just 20 minutes later. I mean, people have been saying that to her through 7 and through 8, and then she just finally needs to realize. Not bad. Maz is saying like what you're looking for is not behind you; it's ahead of you. Keep going forward. You have something. You have a larger role to play. You have things to do. You have a family in the Resistance. You need to.
Here we go. Or even crazier, Kylo puts on the helmet of Darth Vader and is possessed by Grandpa and fights Sidious.
Yeah, I think there's, Weiss kept talking about this at Celebration after we saw the trailer. Like, I think there is some supernatural stuff that they're going to throw in. I think he's haunting that remains of the Death Star, or there's a possession that's going to happen. Something creepy, like demented, is going to go on in 9, I think. And it's going to be like Harry Potter levels of the dark side that we haven't really ever seen in Star Wars. So I'm hyped for that. It's going to be interesting. You know what I don't understand with Rey is when she's meditating with Luke for the first time on that rock, which she could easily fall off of and die. Not safe. And she's meditating and Luke starts to freak out. And then all that water rushes up and then she's like, comes back and she's like totally dry. I still don't understand. Like, did she teleport somewhere? The fuck happened there? I've said this before. I don't have an answer. I don't know what goes on in that scene.
Or what are we supposed to believe? Like they just like fell to the ground, like she was on the rock, and then like she caught herself. Is that what we're supposed to believe?
But what's the shot with all the water, like the waterfall rushing like up off of her? And then Luke says you went straight to the dark. You didn't even try to stop it. Like, I just don't get what that means.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm dense.
I don't know. I think it was just she was talking about the living force. That's what she was feeling. It was the flow of the force, and ooh, we're getting somewhere now. Flow of the force, splashing upon it. Maybe the force is horny and just want to see some wet titties.
Splash like Magikarp.
Splash upon it. Episode 9, there better be a wet t-shirt contest.
Oh man.
And Leia better not be in it. She can judge, I guess.
You think she's gonna die, or just peacefully continue on, and then we'll never see her again?
She's got to go, man. You can't leave it open.
I feel like you can, and just assume that everything gets resolved, and then she just dies of old age,
She just walks into the light.
like
then-
in this Christmas special.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't be like if she does her thing, saves it, and then like she just can't go on any longer. Almost like pulls a Melisandre, where she just walks. She's done. That's all she had. She walks away and then disappears, just like Obi Kenobi and Luke.
Yeah, like her purpose was making sure this was wrapped up.
Making sure Rey has what she needs.
Figured out who she was supposed to be.
Yeah. Maybe does something small to like kind of spark it. Like, I don't know.
Who do you think is the rise of Skywalker? I guess you've already touched on that. You were saying it's a new like code for the Jedi or something.
Yeah, I think they're just renaming Jedi. The Jedi need to end. Whoa, we'll call it the Skywalkers now. That's pretty cool. Rebrand.
They're rebranding. I think the obvious. I think the initial thing is to say Rey, so it's a distraction there, just to give us more hope that like, oh, Rey isn't really a nobody. She just didn't know. Kylo was lying to her.
But even Kylo's not a Skywalker. Skywalker blood.
He is.
Ben Solo.
That's what that annoys me. I mean, he is.
He is a Skywalker.
He's 50-50 just because he took his dad's name instead of his mom's names, which, by the way, on Alderaan, they're supposed to take the girl's name.
But then it would be Kylo Organa.
I know. Ben Organa.
It's all
Ben
fucked.
Organa.
Oh, that's sorry.
Kylo Organa. Organa Ren.
That's all fucked. Yeah, because if...
I'm surprised they didn't do that.
Call him...
Ben Organa.
Ben Organa. But she's not... I mean, she's from there, but she's not.
She is.
The bloodline. Yeah, I mean, she was raised there. Her last name, it should be Leia Skywalker, is my point. And the fact,
I know what you mean.
And the fact that she was adopted. So why would an adopted last name still ring true if she's not even from that culture? Like there's so many muds in that water.
Individual muds.
I apply more muds. Yeah, Return of the Jedi covered the whole thing.
Leave this place. If you can feel your presence, then run. Sorry, I hate Return of the Jedi.
Then leave this place.
All right.
I have full scene.
All right.
Because her royalty carries weight. She's not royalty. That's my point.
I feel like there's plenty of people that were from Alderaan, off planet when it got blown up, trying to carry on the traditions and the culture.
Well, it's a weird thing because they're talking about bloodlines here, like the whole thing. Whether you want to be talking about the Skywalker or I'm assuming on Alderaan, you'd have to be a part of the bloodline to become the princess, but she's an adopted, so she's not a bloodline, but she is still a princess. But her true last name, like it's there. I'm telling you, there's a lot of.
There's probably a
muds in
question in the book Bloodline. I wonder if Bale kept it secret that she was adopted.
Yeah, well, he had to have.
Yeah.
And she was so newborn. Well, I mean, what was she?
She was a day old.
I know, but his wife wasn't pregnant for 90 days. That's how long it takes, right?
Depends.
You know,
Alderaan is different.
You know what I'm talking about, though? Like, you can't play it off like she had her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just, yeah, that's interesting to see or to find out.
Maybe they
what
kept her in
happened.
secret for 9 months, and I don't know.
We found her in the basement. We just tried to raise her and gave her some milk and cookies, and now she's here. We'll call her Organa.
Oh, God.
That also is pretty goosebumpy.
What?
The fact that she was knowingly named by Queen Amidala's.
Padme.
Like that was like her last. That was her last hurrah. Was giving them names. Luke, Leia, and that was it. That's all she had. Like she was such a pivotal point in all the prequels, obviously. But that was kind of like the let go. I gave them their names. That's all I got. Lose the will to live.
I wonder if those names have any special relevance to Naboo or like Nubian history or something. That's why she chose them.
Yeah, she's Lebanese, right?
Lebanese.
Nubian. I doubt it. I mean, well, there might be. That'd be really cool. See, that's the cool thing about Star Wars. Like, if you keep digging, like, I'm sure there's different reasons for stuff.
Naboo's all about, like, the art and the culture and everything. So, like, there probably could be some ancient fucking poet was named Luke and some other whatever was named Leia.
And Tommy Boy, I mean, I think he was making fun of it, but Prince Luke, technically he was a prince, right? Because she was queen.
She wasn't the queen anymore.
Yeah, but
Her
that's
term
like
was over.
That's like presidents. Like, they're still president, former president. Like, they still have it in their title. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Like Barack is still Mr. President, I think.
I don't know. I know they still keep the Secret Service with them through life.
For
Did you know
real?
that? Yeah.
That's
If you're a
fucking
living
crazy,
president,
man.
you still have the Secret Service for life.
It's got to be annoying.
Just trying to take a shit. You
Trying to play Pokemon cards, man. Get out of here, Mitch.
try.
Leave me the fuck alone. You know what? Actually, I wanted to go back and watch after I visited DC is House of Cards. I didn't finish it.
DC. What are you talking about?
For some reason, we started talking about Secret Service, and I just thought of House of Cards.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just in Washington, D.C.
I thought you... Okay. I thought DC Comics. I was like, we talked about Batman earlier, and you're like, since we were talking about DC. I was like, what?
No, since I went back to D.C. But I might want to watch House of Cards. Anyways, that was a diversion because you brought up the president.
I actually, for whatever reason, feel like that's not going to be one of those that is extremely rewatchable. But let me know. That's not one that I would go back.
Well, the problem with those, and the same thing that's going to happen with Thrones, is that like 1 through 4 are fucking perfect. And then 5's like fine. And then after all the controversy with him, 6 ends. I haven't even finished 6 actually, with just Claire. And
Yeah.
Frank's dead by that point.
Oh, I didn't know. I knew he was sick, but spoiler.
Well, it's not a spoiler.
Was he killed?
This
No, because he
episode
got
opens
sick.
with
Oh,
him
he could-
at his gravesite.
Oh,
Season 6 opens with that.
as soon as he was gone, yeah, because I do kind of remember that. Because he was shot and he was in the hospital.
That was a different thing.
Oh, does he get sick?
Season 5 ends the way it's supposed to. In between 5 and 6, the controversy with
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey came out, so they had to redo season 6. They had to rewrite it.
Oh, wow.
So it starts off, and they basically just said that he died in the meantime, and he's off the show. It
Wow.
opens with her at his grave in South Carolina or whatever.
Interesting.
I haven't seen it, but like I said, 1 through 4 are great.
But he was a president. Who was the VP? Her?
I think so. I can't remember.
To say VP would be up next. Chain of commands.
Yes.
Everybody moves up.
What if she killed him?
That's
I
one
should
of
probably
the.
go watch it.
That's actually one of the craziest things that's ever been created. I think there's 30 chain of commands.
Yeah, just in case.
The Broom Boys, 30th.
The barista at the White House Starbucks is 31.
If it ever happens.
Just in case. You've been making coffee for Trump for a while. I think you can take over.
Talk about
You
contingency.
know how he likes his lattes.
That's some contingency right there.
The McDonald's fry cook.
Maybe what if there's a contingency of like last in line for Sidious? Like if I die, it's Vader. If he dies, it's the dude. I would be pissed, but it would make sense. What if there's like some Inquisitor still around that? What if Snoke was an Inquisitor?
I don't know. That's why I want this fucking comic to come out.
'Cause I'm not a big fan of the Inquisitors, but if you were firsthand trained by Sidious, you got some power that no one else has. Or firsthand trained by Vader.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I have a lot to catch up on.
I just want to rewatch Lost because you can just blindly go through that. You can blindly go through that. You can
Never seen Lost.
You can skip entire seasons and still be on track because nothing changes.
Nothing makes sense and it ends weirdly.
It ends, yeah. Nothing makes sense at the end. Literally,
That's
you
what
want
I've heard,
You
yeah.
want to know the last? I think it's the last like 30 seconds. Is it just everybody's like standing around and it just goes to white? You're like, who?
Was it like the point was just their relationships while they were lost?
I think the point is like, well, I've heard a lot of like religious aspects, like they were all in purgatory, so they weren't in heaven or hell. They were dead. Everybody died, but they had all their own issues that they had to figure out,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
figured it out on the
Like
island.
the show was the embodiment of them being in purgatory.
Yeah, so well,
makes sense.
it's like a smooth transition because they're all in a plane wreck, So you would assume everybody dies, but they act like everybody lives. So they're all walking around on this stuff, but people, yeah, I don't know. But then that's why everybody thought at the end, because it just goes white and you think, oh, someone's walking into heaven or something. I don't know. It was, I'd have to rewatch it, but it strung me along for goddamn 6 years.
I think you just saved me a lot of time by explaining that.
It's all character development, because you see people having their own issues and playing off each other and learning about different guys and peoples and different issues, but the island's almost alive, and it tests people in different ways.
Like Final Destination.
Never heard. I've never seen those.
Yeah, have I? I'm Commander Cody.
Good Day Galaxy.
Episode 196.
Extra long episode, I think, almost 2 hours here.
How did we go 2 hours with no topics? And usually we go an hour 20 with like 40 topics.
Yeah.
Did you get tickets for Celebration, by the way, before we close this down?
I got Thursday and Friday. That was the only thing that's left. I literally, because we were setting up for the thing on Saturday. We're getting everything ready, food and getting all that. And I just checked. I was like, oh, look, 4 hours ago, everything's sold out. So I went online and Saturday was already sold out.
I had a work meeting, and then I was sitting there at Starbucks after the meeting doing some work, and I got the email, and I was like, fucking A, man. I totally forgot. And then I jumped in, and I'm in a virtual queue. I got work to do. I'm not sitting in a virtual queue.
Did you get tickets in?
I checked back an hour later, and 4-day was sold out. It was individual was left. So I got one of each individual. So that's what I got. I got all 4 days, but I had to pay for them individually. So it's like, it was like an extra $100. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like
they can't figure out tickets.
I'm just,
you know what's going to happen is we're going to get there. We're not going to use them again. Just walk the fuck in. Wear a Star Wars shirt and walk in. They don't check that shit. Who cares?
Yeah, just walk into the.
That's my ticket.
Episode
Episode 1.
The Jedi Masters tent, like we did last time. Nah, man, I don't know what I just want to know what the reasoning is. Like, I feel like if when events were happening and companies were doing these giant cons, if they would just explain things better, maybe it would make more sense. Like, hey guys, we experimented with a new lottery system, and we're gonna have a lot more people this time in Anaheim because of Galaxy's Edge, so we're doing tickets way earlier. So be ready, blah blah blah. Like, then I would feel more at ease. It was just like one email, like tickets 6 days, and then I totally forgot, and then another email, tickets are available, sold out already.
Do they not think? This might be a stupid question. Do they not think they could fill a full week? Like if they did Monday to Sunday?
I think they experimented this time by adding that extra day. It's just tough.
But they added a Monday.
They should have kicked it back and added a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because people are coming in usually a day early anyways. So
yep.
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be... Sorry.
If they spread it out a little more and did Monday through Sunday, I feel like a lot of the locals be able to like get there in between. And it would just...
How long is a Comic-Con, though? It's usually, what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
This is Star Wars.
Well, the thing is, though, Episode 9 is going to be over. So I wonder if there's less content for them to be dishing out. I don't know. It should be fun. I'm trying to take it... As far as what we're going to be planning, I'm definitely going to work on that. As far as the con itself, I'm going to try to take it a little less seriously. I don't want to, I missed the tickets. I didn't get a 4-day, whatever. Okay, here's an extra $90. I'll get the individual days. It's no big deal. I'll show up. I'll be there. We're fucking a year and a half away from this nonsense. I'm just gonna try to take it a little more chill than usual. Just be like, hey, fuck it. If we get in, we get in.
Yeah. Well, and Kerner said, keep in mind we'll get a media badge, hopefully, but that might be the in-betweens because you got every day.
If they do what they did last time, that was really nice. We applied for 4 media badges. We only got 1, but they gave us the option to purchase 3 more tickets if we wanted. So if they do that again,
we'll be covered.
That's totally fine. So
yeah, we'll be covered on that. But I think maybe if we do the same thing, if we get 1 media badge, you got all 4, and then maybe I can sell the 2 that I got to someone else, pay for half yours or something like that, so that way we can... We'll try to figure it out.
So speaking of Celebration, before we close out, if you are going, if you're a patron, if you're a fan of the show, if you're listening, let us know. We'll definitely link up. We're going to have a live podcast. We're going to do some partying. We're working on plans right now. And we are going to get an Airbnb in Anaheim. So if you want to group up and have a fucking Animal House situation.
Well, and actually, shout out to Dennis. I'm not going to say her. Dennis P. He yelled at us randomly and said, I've listened to you guys for forever. Are you going to be doing a fucking Airbnb? And I said, possibly.
He's going to have to put an application in.
Yeah.
Make sure he's not a raper.
How much alcohols are you going to bring with you?
How many beers will you come with?
And how many beers can you handle?
The cool thing about this, as opposed to
not a raper.
Chicago, is that the convention center is across from Disney. So that whole area is like vacation central. So there's a ton of Airbnbs with fucking like legit hot tubs and pools and like 12 bedrooms. So I think we're going to find a legit spot. It's going to be fun.
Cool.
I said legit too many times.
Shout out at us, Rogue Squadron Podcast at Gmail if you want to send us a quick email about your plans for celebration, and or you can try to DM us on Instagram. Sometimes that stuff gets lost. We are pretty much on top of our email game, though.
I don't have Instagram. I do have email.
Rogue Squadron Podcast. I'm Mopar.
I am somebody else. Wee.
That's another good one. Kung Pao.
It's cringe.
I'm coming.
It's good cringe.
I'm coming. That three-titted chick.
Wait, no, it's a one chick.
You.
Is that better or worse?
I don't know. Is that her sister with the three?
I think it's from a different movie. It's from some sci-fi movie. Somebody has three boobs.
Three boobies. Yeah.
Tommy Boy would know.
Yeah. Plus minus. We drink this beer.
Plus minus. Hey, everybody, they're back. All right, guys. We love yous. I hope that wasn't too random. We just kind of went into 90s movies and came back around. And
that's what they like.
Do they? I guess they're supposed to tell us what they like. Oopity boopity.
We don't use a screen. Sometimes I get up here and get excited.
Look no further, feller. You found him. What do you say?
What, you don't think I can write them books because I can't and I'm blind?
Just because I'm blind don't mean I'm dumb.
Oh, shit. All right, guys. We're jumping off here. Everybody was on. Mondays are a good time. Everybody jumps on Mondays.
We should do it Mondays then.
For all the patrons out there, we dropped an extra episode for you guys. Hopefully you guys listen to that.
And we got 4 or 5 more coming down the pipeline.
Yep, everybody liked it. So someone was yelling about something that they quoted me on something.
Oh, yeah, something about octopus.
Yeah. Oh, the Cthulhu in the bushes. I was talking about Jedi Fallen Order. I was like, dude, it's on Kashyyyk. You can find some Cthulhu in the bushes.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right, guys. I'm getting fucking.